March Madness Mask Week, a week-long multi-channel collab hosted by Lori from the channel Lori's Life. Amazing lady with amazing content. If you have not subscribed to her channel, check it out. I will link her channel as well as all of the ladies' channels that are in this collab down below in the description box. Now I will talk to you a little bit more on how this collab is going to work because it is a little different than our usual multi-channel collabs. I will also place all of that information down below in the description box so that you can refer to it and not be disqualified from the giveaways that are sure to happen on each of these channels. But before I get into that, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me. My name is Mary, and let's get started on the mask that I'm going to do today. And while I am applying it, I will talk to you about this different, out of the ordinary collab, which I am sure to have a lot of fun because skincare for me is one of those things that is a must. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on the mask and talk to you about how this collab is going to work. Now the mask that I am going to use today is by Body Prescriptions, and it is the Tea Tree Peel Off Mask. It is purifying, cleansing, and detoxifying. And this is a mask that I do enjoy, and I do enjoy the benefits from it, but it is a little rough as far as removing the mask. Not that that's a bad thing. It does not peel off my skin. It hasn't yet, and I hope it does not ever do that. But I am going to go ahead and apply it, and then we will peel it off at the end. Now this collab is brought to us by Lori from Lori's Life. She is an amazing lady that has very nice content on her channel. I absolutely enjoy watching her channel. And this collab came about for March Madness. And March Madness, for those of you that are not familiar with it, it was started, and it actually has to do with basketball. And I don't really talk a lot about sports on here. There are so many controversial things that come with that, so I really don't go there. But I do have a favorite basketball team, and this is actually college ball. For college, it has got to be Texas Longhorns, and that is just fact. I am a Texan by heart. You can take me out of Texas, but I'm not going to be taking Texas out of my heart. And that's just who I am. Now on this particular mask, and I'm going to be swatching from the story to the mask. This mask I actually do apply a little thicker than normal because it helps with not having it pull so much when I do remove it. So that is why you see me applying more and more. Well, Texas Longhorns is something that, and it's not just me, it's pretty much most of my family. We are Texas. Most of my siblings were born in Texas. I was not. I was born in New Mexico. But Texas is where we spent most of our lives. A state that I miss tremendously. Great food, great pretty much everything. And like they say, Texas, go big or go home. And for me, that is true. That is just true. But let's go ahead and get back to basketball. I know some of you do not do basketball for college, and instead you do go into professional basketball. Now for professional basketball, I do have the San Antonio Spurs. They are my favorite. They were absolutely fantastic, especially when we had Parker, Ginobili, Duncan, you know, all of the great basketball players, according to me and according to millions of people as well. So that will always forever be my favorite team. That's just something that comes with me. And now let's go ahead and talk about the collab, because it is a madness collab, mask madness collab. That will be our hashtag. So that is how you will be able to find all of the videos that are in this collab, is by inserting the mask madness hashtag. And I will link that down below in the description box as well. It's not a playlist because each of us is going to be filming 7 different or 7 different videos with 7 different masks. So yes, there will be a lot of masks. I will also link the date down below because I believe, but I do not remember off the top of my head, I do believe we were going to run it a little longer than usual to allow everyone a chance to participate and enter into all of the giveaways. Well, the giveaways, it's going to be 1 giveaway per channel. So each channel will select a winner. And the way we're going to do that is by having a word on each of the days that we are going to be doing this collab. My word for this particular day is going to be basketball. Because like I said, March Madness started with basketball. So basketball is the word that you would use in a sentence, not standalone, and be able to enter into the giveaways. Now, at the end of our 7th day, on the 8th day, we are going to enter into a wheel 7 numbers. So the 7 numbers, once we choose a number or spin the wheel, that number is the day that we're going to go by and the word that we're going to use in order to pick the winner. So in order to qualify, you do have to, or the bigger chances, not qualify. You qualify with whatever video you subscribe to or enter. I know, I'm at a loss. Any video that you enter, of course, you will be entered into the giveaway. However, if that particular video, if you only watched one, is not the one that is chosen for that specific word, then you're pretty much not going to be entering. And I know it's going to be confusing, but I will repeat it each and every single day. I will also link it down below in the description box so that you are fully aware of how this collab is going to work. We thought it would be a lot of fun, change things a little bit, and like I said, the ladies that are in this collab are absolutely amazing ladies. I love them all. For the most part, we have been collabing, and I think there's only one lady that I have not collabed with before, but everyone else I have collabed with, and I have required that you be subscribed to each and every channel. So most of you that are with me and that have been with me for a while, you would probably already be subscribed. Just double check and make sure that you are still subscribed to all of the channels. Now, I also have some questions that I'm going to be answering until this mask does dry up so that I can then peel it off. And after I finish these questions, I will show you one of the items that I'm going to be putting in the giveaway, and I will explain the giveaway in more detail. But let's go ahead and dive in and check out the questions that I have. And for this one, I have number 1, would you rather have a pet snake or a pet monkey? And for me, I don't know. Both are dangerous to me anyways. One is cuter than the other, of course, which is the monkey. And growing up, I always wanted a monkey. So it's probably going to be a monkey. Snakes, they just freak me out. That's just what I have on snakes. Cuteness is what's going to win in this one, and that, of course, is the monkey. Then we have number 2. And number 2 is, there a food that you hated as a child but now enjoy? And I'm going to go with squash. I could not stand squash back then. And the way that my mother prepared it, and pretty much everyone in my family, is they cubed the squash and just kind of sauteed it with onions, tomatoes, garlic, and then at the end added a little broth or milk, and then they added some cheese and melted it together. And that is how we ate it. We put it on flour tortillas, or we put it as a side dish with any other meal that we were having. Squash it is. I did not like it growing up. Then we have number 3. And number 3 is, what family heirloom do you treasure the most? And I will insert a picture at the end of the video because it is a blanket that I absolutely love. Number 3. And number 3, what family heirloom do you treasure the most? And for me, it's going to be a knitted blanket that is probably over 40 years old. This is a blanket that was made by my grandma, and I have shown it before, and I will look for that video and link it at the end in an end card so that you guys can take a look at that, because I did show the blanket in that particular video. I will definitely look for it. I'm not sure which video it was, so don't quote me on having that video at the end of this particular video. But it is a blanket. It is yellow. It is crocheted, hand crocheted by my grandma, and it already has a few holes, so I do not use it anymore. It is something that is in a bag and put away. I'm going to keep it as long as it does not deteriorate and fall apart. So, number 4, what have you done that took the most courage? That could be so many things, and that is forgive myself. That was one of the things that I struggled with the most. I know a lot of you have heard my story, and it has to do with domestic violence. Forgiving myself for making the choices that I made, and forgiving myself for having stayed as long as I stayed, and putting my family through what I put them through, because you already know that when someone is being hurt, the whole entire family is also being hurt. You can't see it at the moment, but that was the most courageous thing for me to do, is forgive myself for the actions and the choices that I had made. That's a given. Number 5, what's the fastest speed you've reached in a car? And I know, excuse me, and this is something that hit home very hard. The highest speed I've ever reached was 95 miles per hour. And that was when one of my children, my youngest boy, had an auto accident, and I was in Texas, 12 hours away from where he was. And I went at 95 almost most of the way as that I was able to, because I had to get there as quickly as possible. And I did that because I wanted to be near my child. Good thing is I did not see the vehicle that they tagged people in. My phone had died, so I was not able to see the photo of the vehicle. Otherwise, I don't know what would have happened on the road. Just sharing. 95 miles an hour. Then I have number 6. Name the one person in this collab that you would get into so much trouble with if you lived closer to. And that's going to be Teresa. And I don't know why Teresa just comes to mind, because Teresa is so outgoing, so happy, so joyful. She's not afraid to take any risks and challenges, and she just continues going and going, and I absolutely admire her for that. So Teresa, you would be the one I would get into the most trouble with, because I'm pretty sure if I suggested something that was going to get us in trouble, you probably would take the challenge. And that's just me saying that. It may not be true, but Teresa seems to be the one that I would probably get into a lot of trouble with. Not that Teresa is trouble, but I can be daring at times. But let's go ahead and move on to number 7. And number 7 is, what's the one thing you must always have in your refrigerator? And that is going to have to be butter. I use butter in a lot of my dishes. I use butter to butter my toast. I use butter to make scrambled eggs. Butter is the one thing that I absolutely have to have in my refrigerator. And by butter, I mean natural butter. I don't use the spread. I use natural butter. I'm pretty sure it still has some high calories, but butter, you have to have it. Or at least I do. So number 8, and number 8 is the last one that I have, is if you could control another person, another person's actions and decisions for a day, would you? No, I would not. And it also asks who it would be. And it has to do with my decision of, or my acceptance, actually, very, very hard, rude awakening for me, is that you cannot control anyone else but yourself. And I learned that the hard way. I always thought, you're my child, and yes, it has to do with my son. You're my child, and you're going to do what I tell you to do because I am your mother, and you're supposed to be listening to me. There was a rude awakening for me in that. When he was in trouble, and I tried changing him, that's not how things go. People will change if they want to change, and people will take action into doing things when it's time for them to do it, and only then. There is no one in this world that can change anyone else's decisions but the person that wants to make those changes. So for me, changing my son was out of the question, not going to happen, and the only one that I have power over and make changes is going to be for myself. That is just a given. I would not want to make or change anyone, because changing them or trying to control them is actually taking away their freedom to make choices and mistakes and learn from them, those mistakes. So no, I would not try to change anyone. So those were my 8 questions. And these questions, I will link who, and I believe it was Tracy. Don't quote me on that, but I will definitely confirm it and put it down below in the description box. She provided us with quite a few questions. And let's go ahead and get into the giveaway. So for the giveaway, I am going to put 1 item, possibly 2, in the giveaway basket. I'm going to show you my basket. So this is the basket that I'm going to use. So each and every single day from here on until the 12th of March, which will be 7 videos, there may be 7 items in this basket by the end of it, or there may be some more, because on each given day I may be entering 1 or 2, depending on if I can combine items that are going to be used in combination with each other for any given relaxation type day. Because this is what the giveaway is going to be. It's going to be something that will help you relax, will help you enjoy and take care of yourself. And I'm going to start with one thing that I struggle with at the moment, but I know once it is done, it is something that is just so relaxing and just gives you a little bit of breathing time. That's just me. So the first item that I'm going to put in here is this little crate. And it is a crate that I pick up, and I do have several of them, and I pick them up on Shop Miss A. Absolutely love them. They are collapsible, which is what this basket is. It's just on a smaller scale. And this particular size is the one that I use, and I have a lot of my masks in here. So I do organization with these particular baskets, and being organized to me is the most calming, relaxing type thing, and I am struggling at the moment with that, especially since I'm moving rooms. I'm still not there because I am being called out to work a lot, so work keeps me away from finishing up the project that I started. But definitely something to get organized with will be the first item in this particular basket. And as I mentioned before, and the word for the giveaway is going to be basketball. And use it in a sentence. Don't put it in a standalone thing. Don't make it awkward. Use it in a sentence so that you all can qualify. And I'm going to give you 3 particular, and it is dripping a little. I'm going to give you 3 main rules that I have as far as giveaways go, and that is that you must be 18 years of age, you must have a continental US address, and you must be publicly subscribed to each of the channels in this collab. I know it is a lot of videos that you're going to be watching, but the channels do not supersede those videos, obviously. So it's still the same number of channels, just each one of us is going to be filming 7 different videos, 7 different masks. And do expect to get some masks in here, whether it be peel off masks or facial sheet masks, moisturizing masks, you name it. I do have different varieties, so different varieties will definitely be put into this particular basket. And it has dried, so I am going to go ahead and peel it off and show you all what the skin looks like afterwards. Like I said, it is one that is a little rough on the peel, but it does not peel my skin. And here we go. And it is a little rough, not too much. And trying to get the edges of it, that is where I struggle. Trying to catch the edges so that I can then peel it off. Here we go. And I try getting it in one piece, and more times than not, that is not possible. Not with this particular mask. I don't think I've ever gotten a whole piece with this mask. But that is what the skin looks like afterwards. I absolutely love the way it feels. And it leaves it soft, so it is very, very soft. And that is, once again, the Body Prescriptions Tea Tree Peel Off Mask. Friendly reminder that this collab will be going on from the 6th through the 12th of March at 12 Central Standard Time for all of the channels. And different masks, different varieties, different ways of application, and different ways of removal, as we did with this particular peel off mask. I greatly appreciate all of y'all's support, as I'm sure all of the ladies in this collab appreciate that as well. And I will see you tomorrow with a different mask, different relaxation method, and a different word for the giveaway. I will see y'all tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, stay blessed, smile always. Bye.